Saleeg is an Arabic chicken rice dish. It's a twice cooked chicken that's first boiled to make a stock and then broiled in the oven to crisp up. It's served over creamy rice that's cooked in the chicken stock along with milk and butter. It's creamy, it's rich, and it's extremely comforting food. And we'll find out if it appeals to the Indian palate, so watch till the end.
Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbangers Kitchen. Folks, if you know me, you know that I love chicken and rice in any form. And the beautiful thing is every cuisine has one if not multiple versions of chicken rice. One of my followers on Instagram told me to check out this Arabic chicken and rice dish called Saleeg. And when I saw that recipe, I knew that it was right up my alley and I just had to make it for you guys. So anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking.
For this recipe, I'm using a mix of basmati and jasmine rice. Most recipes will use Egyptian rice or American rice, but since I don't have either basmati and jasmine rice it is. I washed the rice a few times under running water. Since this cooks for a long time, I don't need to soak the rice. Now I add some salt, pepper, paprika and olive oil to a bowl and mix it well. This is going to be what we baste our chicken in before we broil it in the oven. I'm going to be using full chicken legs with bone and skin for this recipe, but normally you would just use a full chicken. I just prefer to use all dark meat since the chicken does get cooked twice. Now I get my chicken into a heavy bottom saucepan and then pour boiling water over the chicken and turn on the stove to a medium-low heat. I will now cover and cook this for about 10 minutes. I open the lid and I use a strainer to remove any chicken funk that might have been there and float it to the top. Now in go my aromats, 3 green cardamoms, 4 cloves, a whole bunch of peppercorns, a small stick of cinnamon, a few tiny bay leaves, and finally a teaspoon of salt. I cover it and let it cook for another 10 minutes. Now it's time to remove the chicken legs from the pot, and we're also going to remove all the whole spices. You can keep them in if you like and remove it while you are eating if you want a stronger flavor of them in the broth. I add my washed rice now to the broth and then cover it and let it cook. Make sure to open it up every once in a while and give it all a good mix to make sure there is enough liquid and the rice isn't sticking to the bottom of the pot. Once the rice has been cooking for 10 to 12 minutes, I'm going to open it up, add in about a cup of milk and about 50 grams of butter. Give it all a good mix and let it continue cooking. Once the rice has fully cooked and is super tender in consistency, I'm going to taste it for seasoning and for texture. I add some black pepper, some onion powder because I forgot to add an onion when boiling the chicken, some MSG, some salt, and then I give it another taste. I cover it and continue to let it cook. Finally, my rice is done after another 5 minutes. I add some more milk to loosen it up a bit because it's quite dry now. Normally there is a lot more liquid, like it is close to soupy almost, but I don't want it that liquid. That's why I'm not adding more milk or water. I'm happy with this consistency of rice. It's nice and creamy and not too liquid. And my rice is now pretty much done. I turn my oven on and put it on the broiler setting at the highest temperature. I get those chicken legs on a baking tray lined with foil for easier cleanup, and now I brush those legs with that amazing paprika and pepper spiced oil. Since this oil already has salt, it also seasons the chicken skin nicely. Pop that in the oven and let it cook for about 10 minutes or till the skin is nice and crispy and roasted. Halfway through, you can remove it and baste it again with the oil and the pan drippings. After 10 minutes or so, it's done and those legs look absolutely gorgeous. I remove them from the tray and now I collect all that chicken fat and oil that's in the tray and put it into a small bowl because we're going to use this to finish the dish and not waste any flavor. Now to plate up, I get my rice on a plate. I pop a chicken leg on the rice and then finish with those juices from the pan. You can also just pour melted butter or ghee, no problem. And there you have it. Our Saleeg is ready and it looks absolutely delicious. Now before we find out if it appeals to the Indian palate, I gotta dive into it. That rice looks creamy and delicious. Let me get to that chicken and man, that is juicy and perfectly cooked. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time for the taste test.
Have you ever tried any Arabic food?
I do not think so, and even if I have, I'm not sure if it was authentic.
I've had a few desserts
Not specific dishes, to be honest. So this is probably like going to be my first time properly trying an Arabic dish.
I haven't tried Arabic food ever.
Arabic food is it's a slightly broad genre, right? Like I mean, I've had hummus, I've had falafel, I've had your shawarmas, broast chicken to that extent, but never really got too deep into it. No.
And have you ever heard of the dish Saleeg?
No, never heard of it before.
Oh, first time.
No.
This is the first time I'm hearing it.
Do you have any idea in your mind what it might taste like?
I have had, I think, kepsa, so I don't think it may be somewhat like that. That is more like biryani, so I have no idea what is this supposed to be like.
Okay. The Saleeg. Enjoy.
This is something different. It's like a comfort food, you know? It's like the khichdi of Arabic foods, but with chicken, of course.
It's really nice because I'm not into a lot of spice, even though I'm Indian. And this is like perfect because it's neither too bland, but there is definitely seasoning. It's tasty, and I'm hungry also. So.
Wow. I just love the flavor of the rice. I mean, being a South Indian, I have a soft thing for rice. Sal, this is so good. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, very comforting. The rice at least gives me like a little bit of a curd rice type of vibe, you know. Very comfort food. Like this reminds me a lot of like fried chicken or broast chicken, but like also slightly lesser oily and not as crispy or crunchy on the outside. Without the breading, essentially, the skin provides like a really nice texture to it, which I'm a big fan of. I love chicken skin.
How would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10?
Around 7.5.
8.
Up there with like a good 9 on 10.
Definitely 10. 10 being the highest. Right?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope I will be allowed to finish the whole thing.
Yeah, that plate is yours.
Yes, so that should tell you I really loved it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Hey guys, yes, I know I forgot to put the onion when I was boiling the chicken, and I know I should have made the rice a little more liquid in consistency, probably put a little more milk, but I wanted a slightly drier rice texture, so that's what I went for. Let's taste it now. That is just heaven on a plate. Creamy, yummy rice flavored with that beautiful chicken stock, and of course the crowning glory, the chicken. Chicken skin, man. Why do Indians remove the chicken skin? We should cook all our chicken dishes with chicken skin. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and a big thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon and my YouTube channel memberships. Without you guys, these videos would not be possible. I'm gonna go finish eating and see you on the next episode of Headbangers Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking.